This is a $5,000 embroidery machine, and this was my job before I bought it. Spoiler, I knew nothing about embroidery, just Cricut, vinyl, and heat press, that's it. So why did I drop $5,000 on a machine I didn't even know how to use? Impulse buy? Not exactly. We see people unbox big purchases all the time, but no one talks about why they actually hit buy. I didn't either until now. If you're wondering, is it actually gonna grow my business or just drain my bank account? This video is for you, because it might have looked impulsive, but I had a full mental checklist running the whole time. Stick around, I'm spilling everything, plus some bonus business tips at the end. Shout out to Drugstore Domain for sponsoring this video. Investing in something big when you're just starting out, terrifying, especially when you're trying to be smart with money. But before I get into the 5K machine, let me back up. At the time, my business was still pretty new, but orders were finally coming in for my vinyl sweatshirts. So why pivot when things were picking up? Short answer, it was slow, exhausting, and the quality just wasn't there. I was feeding tiny vinyl pieces by hand for every single shirt. Orders were piling up, customers were waiting 2 to 3 weeks, and even after all that, the final product was just okay. Vinyl doesn't hold up well, and my people deserve better. Also, quick side note while we're here. Why did no one tell me I could have gotten a Drugstore Domain from the start? I spent so much time trying to stand out and sell more online. This would have made it way easier. Turns out, over 1.5 million sellers use Drugstore domains, including big names like Mr. Beast, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rihanna, and even Emirates Airline. Why? Because Drugstore is made specifically for people who sell online, and the results speak for themselves. A detailed study shows that websites with the Drugstore domain get up to 87% more traffic and rank 2 times higher on Google. When people see a Drugstore link, they instantly know it's an online store. The clarity builds trust and even more clicks. Bonus, when you grab a Drugstore domain, you also get free access to Elevate Drugstore Plus with exclusive deals on popular business tools like Canva, Shopify, AutoDS, and more. Everything you need to launch and scale your business totally free, all in one place. You can grab a Drugstore domain from GoDaddy, Namecheap, or wherever. But if you want it just for 99 cents, use the link in the description and enter code OTASTORE at checkout. The code only works with that link. I want my brand to last, and vinyl wasn't it. If I wanted to grow, I needed something scalable. Less me reading vinyl at 1 a.m. More machines doing all the boring stuff while I'm being the CEO. That's when embroidery came back on my radar. Funny enough, it was actually my first pick. But back then, the $800 beginner machine felt impossible. I didn't even know how to ship a package, so I went with vinyl, cheap, easier, and honestly, all I could handle at the time. Now, I had more experience, more confidence. It finally felt like the right time to get the machine I actually wanted. Plot twist, it was sold out everywhere. But hey, rejection is redirection, right? Maybe it wasn't meant for me, maybe something better was coming. So I kept looking. Everyone says invest in better equipment, but no one tells you how to actually make that call. So here's my 4-step checklist. What went through my head before I dropped 5K on an embroidery machine as a total newbie. Step 1, see what's out there, plus picture yourself actually using it. While I was hunting for an upgrade, I accidentally became a low-key embroidery nerd. There's so much variety: flatbed versus free arm, single needle versus multi-needle, single head versus multi-head. Since I was just starting out, I knew I needed something beginner friendly. A single needle, single head made the most sense. Flatbeds are cheaper and get the job done. That's where most beginners start. But knowing me, I get frustrated by tiny inconveniences, so if I'm spending real money, it better actually make my life easier. Then I saw a free arm embroidery machine in action, and I was sold. Why I chose free arm? Magnetic hoops is my favorite thing ever. Ever get anxious just watching someone hoop a sweatshirt? Plastic hoops stress me out, but magnetic hoops, total game changer, and they work perfectly with free arm machines. Line it up, press it on, tuck the fabric, done. I could seriously do this all day. Number 2, more versatile means more money moves. Free arm machines aren't just for sweatshirts. They can handle sleeves, pockets, hats, even plushies. And the way you load and unload the hoop, so satisfying. Number 3, easy bobbin access. If you know, you know. Bobbins run out fast, but with the free arm machine, you don't have to unhoop anything. Pop it open, swap it out, and keep going. Watching how easy everything was, take my card. Free arm embroidery machines, they're at the top of my pyramid. Step 2. Picking the brand. Is it just me, or do you also go way out of your way to make sure your first impression with something is actually good? I wasn't about to drop thousands just to end up frustrated and crying on the floor. I wanted it to feel fun, easy, like I can't stop winning. So yeah, when it came to picking my first free arm embroidery machine, I wanted the best of the best. But girl, there are so many brands. So I did what I do best. Put on my little FBI hat and started digging. YouTube videos, blog posts, comment sections, story highlights. If someone even breathed the word embroidery, I've already seen it. Some of the cheaper machines look fine until I saw the same red flag pop up over and over again. Terrible customer service. Yeah, hard pass. If I'm spending real money, I want peace of mind. I want support. And if something breaks, I'm not trying to be stuck googling how to fix error 503 at 3 a.m. After all that research, I kept coming back to the Baby Lock Alliance. People love it. It's beginner friendly, super intuitive, and actually built for small business life. And the best part, they've got service centers everywhere, including one literally down the street. I was this close to hitting that buy button. Step 3. Run a realistic ROI check. How many products can you actually make in an hour with your new machine? And after materials and overhead, would you be happy with that hourly rate? Now, someone might say, ew, why bring money into it? Can I just buy it because it makes me happy? Yes, you totally can, but I wanted this machine to move the needle in my business, which meant being honest with myself. Will this help me make money? Or is it just gonna become an expensive hobby or just really cool decoration? Because let's be real, business comes down to the numbers. Free arm machines are super versatile, right? So I tested mine by making a little zipper pouch, and listen, it was cute, but it took 30 minutes. Used more materials than I expected and needed me fully hands-on the whole time, which kinda defeats the purpose. The final product looked fine, but I couldn't charge more than $10, and honestly, there are cuter pouches out there at that price. Now, using the same machine for sweatshirts, totally different story. There's demand. People are happy to pay $45 to $55 or more for a cozy, meaningful piece. They sell year-round, they make great gifts, and best of all, they're simple to produce. I hoop the sweatshirt, press start, and while the machine runs, I can work on something else. That's the difference. The pouch was fun, I learned something new, but if that's all I use the machine for, I would never make my money back. Sweatshirts though, that just makes sense. So even if a machine looks like the best of the best, you still need to run a realistic ROI check and make sure it actually fits your business. Step 4. Look for real-world proof. So you found the dream machine, and if you use it to make high-ticket items people actually want, you're gonna make bank. Or will you? Just because it looks great on paper doesn't mean it will play out the way in real life. Before I commit to anything big, I always do one final gut check. Are other small businesses using this machine and actually thriving? Not just looking cute on Instagram, I'm talking real, sustainable, still feels good growth. Things like launching new product lines, getting more products with less chaos, investing in a second machine, or upgrading their space. That's how I know it's not just functional, it's scalable. It supports the kind of growth I'm working toward. And my Baby Lock machine checked all those boxes. That's how I knew I wasn't being reckless, even if dropping 5K on a total beginner looked a little wild from the outside. I promised you some bonus tips, so here's a quick rapid fire. Stuff I don't regret buying, and stuff I'll definitely skip. Custom mailers, skip it. Call me a hater, but we have never used custom mailers. Yeah, they're cute, we all want the elevated unboxing moment, but in real life, they get stepped on, rained on, bent in half. By the time they show up, they look rough. Most people rip them open and toss them without a second thought. So what's the point? Unless you're ordering in huge bulk, they're just not worth it. What I do instead, plain mailers and branded stickers or custom tape. Cheaper, still cute, and it feels personal. Bonus tip, if you're shipping in boxes, people are way more likely to reuse them if they're not covered in logos. Still want fun packaging? Grab pre-printed mailers from Amazon or small shops. Budget-friendly, low commitment, and perfect for seasonal launches. Thermal printer? Hell yes. If you're getting orders and planning to stick with it, why are you still using your home printer for shipping labels? seriously, get a thermal printer. It was one of my first investments and honestly still one of my favorites. No ink ever, just plug it in, load the labels, hit print, done. Worry about label costs? You can get free 4x6 shipping labels from UPS. Just set up a free business account. So aside from the one-time printer cost, you're basically set. And the best part, you can print your own custom stickers. Sticker shops add up fast, but with the thermal printer and some cute label rolls, you can DIY in all kinds of shapes and colors. If you're in this for the long run, a thermal printer is a no-brainer. Square prints, wouldn't recommend. My most complimented print, low-key my biggest regret. I love including freebies, thank you cards, care cards, little art prints, and I thought I was being clever by going with square print instead of 4x6. Gotta stand out, right? So I went all in. Square prints, square envelopes, trim back-end cards. Aesthetic, 10 out of 10. Functionality, 2 out of 10. Here's what I didn't realize. Square envelopes need extra postage, like special stamps just to mail them. And they didn't even fit in my small shipping boxes. I had to size up just for the prints. So yeah, they were cute, but they cost more, took up more space, and weren't worth the hassle. Moral of the story, stick to 4x6. Still cute and way easier to work with. Surprise bonus tips, separate money and creativity. If I were starting over as a self-employed creative, I would separate money and creativity from day one. One of the biggest reasons I felt stuck in both business and content was because I kept trying to meet both goals in every single task. Packing orders, making sweatshirts, filming brand content, and even though I was grateful, I felt trapped. Mechanical, like a robot, zero creativity. And sometimes I would wonder, did I pick the wrong path? But when I did carve out time to be creative, to play, to learn something new, I'll feel a different kind of guilt. Shouldn't I be using this time to grow the business? So no matter what I chose, the money-making task or the creative one, I felt guilty. Guilty for not being creative enough, guilty for not making more money. Once I started separating the two, everything got easier. Now I ask myself, is this funding the dream or is this feeding my creativity? And I give each one its own time block because both are important and both deserve space. Hope this video was helpful or at least made you feel a little less alone in the chaos. Got any tips other small business owners should know? Drop down in the comments, let's exchange notes. And don't forget to grab your doc store domain for just 99 cents. It's seriously one of the easiest ways to help your business stand out and sell more. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.